Hey guys, Silentstrike here, and today I'm going to be bringing you part 2 of the Beginner's Guide to Tekkit Classic. In this episode I'm going to be showing you the basic machinery for industrial craft. Now in the previous episode we've gone and mined everything we needed, but now we're going to have to go and get some rubber. Now I've already got rubber trees in the past, so I've went and planted some of them outside. So now we're going to go and harvest some sticky resin from it. The first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make a tree tap. You can make it by putting 5 wooden planks like this. We're going to have to make 4 of them for one of the other machines, so I may as well make another 4. If you shift click it, it'll send it all to inventory. You're going to need 4 fixed ones, so you're going to have to make a 5th one. Then you have to go out to the rubber trees. It doesn't have to be snowing, but just happens to be. You have to go out to the rubber trees and look for a yellow orangish thing like this. You right click on it with the tree tap and you'll get sticky resin. This is very important because you can cook it in a furnace to make rubber, or you can later on put it in an extractor to get another 3 more. So now we're going to need quite a bit of things to get started. We're going to need 5 iron. Then we're going to need another 19 refined iron. To make refined iron, you just put iron in a furnace. It's quite important not to cook all of our ores just yet, because we're going to make a machine that will turn it into dust, so we can make another one extra. So we're going to be doubling our production. So now we need 5 iron, 19 refined iron. Then we're going to need 9 copper. We're going to need 4 tin. We're going to need 6 redstone and 18 rubber. The first thing you're going to need to do is turn it into insulated cables. You put 3 copper down in a row. That will give you an uninsulated one. Then you put rubber all around it, like this. Then you're going to need to make a battery, which is 2 redstone in the middle, 4 tin surrounding it with a cable on top. Now you're going to need to make the rest of the generator, which is the first machine. If you type in generator at the bottom, you can see it on the side. If you left click, it will show you how to make it. As you can see, we're going to need an iron furnace and 3 refined iron. So to make a iron furnace, you're going to need to make a normal furnace and put iron around it, like this. Then you're going to put 3 refined iron with the battery on top. Now make your generator. Be very careful where you place it, because until we have the right tools we will not be able to pick it back up. So now we're going to put it down right here, because then we can run cables behind it, which will allow us to transport the power from the generator. So now what you do is you put coal, charcoal, lava, anything like that at the bottom, and it will start producing power, which will get stored in its internal storage, and then it'll go along the wires to any other machines. So as you can see, it's busy filling up the internal storage. Now the next thing we're going to need to make is an extractor, which is made like that. That's why I said we need another 4 tree taps. Electronic circuit is another thing we're going to need a lot of, so you might want to try and memorize the recipe for it. It's 2 redstone on the sides, refined iron in the middle, and copper cables all around it. Like this. Now you need to make a machine block, which is just refined iron in a square. Nice and simple recipe. So that's how you make a tree tap, because we're going to need 4 of it, but I made it earlier, as you saw. So you put it like that. Machine block at the top and electronic circuit below it. Now be very careful where you place it, like I'm going to place it right there, because then it's still going to get powered from the machine, as you can see there. As you can see, the energy went down a bit, and it went to the extractor, which if you put sticky resin in, after a while you get 3 rubber from it. So it's 3 times more effective than putting it in a furnace. You can also put a battery at the top of the generator, and then it'll store energy in the battery, and then you put it at the bottom of the extractor. Now the next machine we're going to need to make is a macerator, which we need 3 flint for, which I don't have, so I'm going to have to go back and collect some. We're going to need 2 cobblestone, machine circuit and machine block. Sorry, electronic circuit and machine block. So now I make my last electronic circuit for now, and I'm going to go and skip ahead until I get some flint. Alright, now I'm back with the flint, and now I'm going to need another 2 more iron, which I forgot about. So you're just going to stick it in there to make refined iron. And now it's quite handy to have a cave under, because you could just go and collect flint, but you also do hear zombies going the whole time. So that can get quite annoying. So that's 1 iron, then 2 iron. So now I need to make the machine block, which is refined iron in a square, electronic circuit above it, cobblestone to the sides, and flint at the top. Something else that Tekkit does, if you press R, it resets your inventory, or it sorts it out. The only problem is if you put something in the crafting table, it will go and put it back to your inventory, which can get quite annoying, as you can see there. So now you have to put the electronic circuit at the bottom, machine block in the middle, flint on the top, and cobblestone at the bottom. So now again, place it next to a wire, like that. Now what the macerator does is you take any ore, such as iron ore, copper ore, etc., and you go and put it in the top, and it will create 2 dusts. So now I'm just putting some more power in and whatnot, putting some more sticky resin in to make rubber, and now I'm going to show you how the macerator works. You put the ore at the top, then it starts taking the power, and it takes a lot of your time, and then you wait for it, and still wait for it, and then it finally makes 2 dust. This dust you can put in a furnace and it'll turn it into the ingots. So it'll turn an iron ore into 2 iron dust, and then turn the iron dust into back into iron ingots, as you can see there. So now as you can see, it's not too bad, except that you have to manually take the dust out, and you have to manually take the rubber out, which can get quite annoying. So in one of the future episodes I'm going to show you how to set up a machine that will make it all fully automatic. Another thing is, if you have to keep on using up charcoal or coal both in the furnace and inside a generator, so it's quite wasteful. So now to make an electrical furnace, you make a normal furnace. You need 5 iron, so I'm sitting waiting for it. And you make an iron furnace like I showed earlier. As you can see, the power ran out once again. This thing chows up power. Later on I'm going to show you how to connect solar panels and those sort of things to automatically power it, so you don't have to use generators. As you can see, that little fire on top and the little black bars down the side show that the machines are working at full speed, or that they're at least working. So you put the iron like that, and there you go, an iron furnace. And now to make electrical furnace, you need another electronical circuit, 2 more redstone, and an iron furnace. So we need another 4 redstone in total. So I'm only going to take out 2 for now. You need another 3 copper. You're going to need more rubber. As you can see, it makes rubber quite a lot, just not very fast. So you have to wait for everything. I'm also going to show in a future episode how to link the extractor up so that it automatically takes the rubber and puts it into a chest. Because later on, when you start working with water cells and coolant cells, they don't stack. So you can only put in one at a time. So that's why it's quite nice to have a machine. So I'm going to show all that in a future episode. So now I got the copper. So I'm going to make some more cables. Three, two, one. 3, 2, 1, go. And now that now making the last of the iron, making another refined iron. So now I need to make the electronical circuit. Refined iron, 2 redstone, 6 cables. Make that. 2 redstone and the iron furnace, and you make an electronical furnace, sorry. So you put it down, it consumes power, and then it also produces